Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to math class. During this week, we'll be using partial quotients to divide. Our objectives are to solve division problems using partial quotients, as well as to use place value and sharing to divide greater dividends. By the end of this lesson, we will be able to find the quotient of two whole numbers. Before we dive into the division procedure, there are some vocabulary terms that we need to be familiarized with. A quotient is the answer to a division problem. A dividend is the amount or number to be divided. A divisor is a number that divides another number either completely or with a remainder. There is an image here for you to see where the quotient is placed. The dividend belongs inside and the divisor belongs outside. And there I've included a phrase that will help us remember the steps to divide properly. So the phrase goes, does McDonald's sell burgers raw? We are going to take the first letter of each word in that phrase, and that's going to guide us into the steps. So the word does, we take the letter D to remind us to divide first. McDonald's, we take the letter M, and it tells us to multiply as step number 2. Next we have sell, that begins with the letter S, that instructs us to subtract. Followed by burgers, letter B, we must bring down the next digit. Finally, we have raw, to repeat the procedure all over again. Now we are going to apply the algorithm and the phrase through these examples here on the screen. Let's begin with 156 divided by 12. We are going to rewrite these exercises. The 12 is going to be our divisor. We write it outside. 156 is our dividend, and we will write it inside. Now we get ready to solve our division problem. We take the first number in the dividend, 1 divided by 12. That's not possible because 1 is less than 12. So that means we're going to take the first and second digit. 15 divided by 12. This we can work with. That's going to be 1. And the number 1, I'm going to place it on above 5 in the tens place to show that I'm using both digits to divide. So now I multiply, following with the phrase, I multiply 1 times 12, which is 12. I'm going to write it down here. And after dividing and multiplying, our next step is to subtract. So we have 15 minus 2, which is 3. I write down my number 3 there. After subtracting, I must bring down. So I bring down the 6. And now I have 36. And 36 divided by 12 is 3. I'll write it here in my quotient. Then I multiply. 3 times 12 is 36. And after multiplying, I subtract. 36 minus 36 equals 0. There is no other number for me to bring down. So this means that I am finished with my division process. The quotient is 13 and the remainder is 0. I'm going to work on a second example. Here we have 344 divided by 15. I am going to rewrite it like I did before. 15 is my divisor. 344 is my dividend. And I'm going to start dividing. So here I have 3 divided by 15. I cannot do it because 3 is less than 15. So once again, I'm going to take the first and second digit. 34 divided by 15. That's going to be 2. And then I multiply. 2 times 15 equals 30. I'm going to record my 30 here. And the next step is to subtract. 34 minus 30 equals 4. And I bring down my next digit for a total of 44. And I repeat the procedure again. 44 divided by 15 is 2. 2 times 15 is 30. And I subtract 44 minus 30. Well, here I can take it step by step. 4 minus 0 equals 4. Then 4 minus 3 equals 1. So I've got a 14. There is no other number for me to bring down. So it means that I'm finished with my division process and my quotient is 22 with a remainder 14. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Do not give up, guys. You've got this.